rapidly growing population coupled with global warming means that water is increasingly set to become the world's most precious commodity. One of the solutions to this problem can be found within clouds.
An average rain cloud contains about 8 million tons of rainwater, and therefore there's a vast quantity of untapped fresh water in the sky, and this is where cloud seeding comes in, to address the growing needs for water around the world.
So Dr. Dion Terblanche of the UN World Meteorological Organization has been the first person to show up on BBC presentation on cloud seeding. So you know there's been a meeting, a world meeting, where they've decided to use chemicals to enhance rainfall all around the world. $8 million tons in one cloud system. 8 million tons. Wow. That's a lot of rain.
Most rainmaking techniques used today originated back in 1946, when scientists discovered that by dropping particles of a chemical called silver iodide into cloud tops, they could trigger rainfall.
We have silver iodide, which is a chemical compound. Okay. Silver iodide is an inorganic compound with the formula AgI. The compound is a bright yellow, let me get out of here. Okay. It's a bright yellow solid, but samples almost always contain impurities of metallic silver that give a gray coloration. The silver contamination arises because the AgI is highly photosensitive. This property is exploited in silver-based photography, I believe it says. So what is a chemical? It is a trail of a silver iodide chemical compound. That would be your chemtrail.
Since then, countries all over the world have experimented with different ways to squeeze rain out of the clouds. China spends more on cloud seeding than any other country in the world.
I'll put the radar on here in the aircraft so you can find the distance to that cell band.
Yeah, if you can see what the distance is, that would be
Dr. Brunjis is in Mali, West Africa, to test out a new technique he's devised with colleagues at the National Center for Atmospheric Research. It involves the use of pyrotechnic flares to deliver a special seeding material into the base of a cloud.
These are the so-called hygroscopic flares. They consist of salts inside. And as we burn them, the smoke produces the particles, the salt particles, that will then be taken up into the cloud.
So right here would be your chemtrail. That is your chemtrail. This is a chemical compound of silver iodide being released in this flare, being burned off, And the soot released in it is being injected into the cumulus clouds up above. This will go up into that system and make the already formed system that has rain in it release more of that water after the injection has occurred. So this is a chemtrail. These are your actual chemtrails. And this is what they would look like. They are not what you see from commercial airlines that land at airports. These are smaller planes, and sometimes you can imagine if the government's doing it, that they may have bigger setups than what we see here. Or they may use a different procedure altogether.
And participate in the rain formation.
Once released into the cloud's updraft, each one of the hygroscopic salt particles becomes a seed around which a single water droplet can form. These droplets collide with each other and grow, eventually becoming heavy enough to fall out of the cloud as rain.
Okay, here's the company that produces the flares. You can go to iceflares.com. Here's their phone number and their email. ICE has proven to be the most reliable manufacturer of phototechnic cloud seeding flares ever produced around the globe. These flares were designed and engineered to produce the proper size. So there's an art to this. There's a science behind this. Okay, I got some pictures here for you. Let's see what we can find here. Here's a picture of the flares. You can see ice is usually spelled out right here. And then you have hail suppression and snow augmentation flares here. Okay. These are the countries they're in. Okay. Let me read this to you. Remember that storm we had way back on Monday? You know, the one that woke most of Los Angeles up at 6 a.m.? It turns out it was that El Nino had a little bit of help from the LA County Department of Public Works. Early Monday morning, just before the storms blew through Southern California and woke Los Angeles at 6 a.m. with rolling thunder, County Public Works crew were busy tending several cloud seeding stations in foothills of the North San Fernando Valley, according to CBS 2. On Monday, County Public Works officials seeded clouds in Southern California for the first time since 2002, according to the City News Service. The goal was to increase the amount of rainfall in areas where it would be captured by dams, specifically in the Big Tujunga, San Gabriel, and Pacoima watersheds. Cloud seeding has a long history in Southern California and has actually been used with regularity since the 1950s to increase rainfall in localized areas. County officials, however, often backed off in years following wildfires that leave hills destabilized and more prone to mudslides. For example, in 2009, a cloud seeding contract was canceled after the station fire burned through the Angeles National Forest immediately north of Los Angeles. County Public Works spokesman Bob said. I wanted to show you this. Here at Ice Crystal Engineering, we deliver unsurpassed quality of product and personal service to weather modification professionals throughout the world. Our services include the use of silver iodide injectable, ICEJ, and burn-in-place flares, ICE-BIP, for glaciogenic cloud seeding. ICE-EB, along with calcium chloride burn-in-place flares for hygroscopic cloud seeding, ICE-HBIP. Different types, different usages. I'm going to put this link in the description. It shows you different things that barium can be used for. And I'm going to do another video on a hypothetical situation. But this will kind of give you a look into it. If you ever want to pause it before I make the next video, you can understand what's coming up. Okay, this is a picture of this is, if any military people are watching this, they know this airplane. This is an A-10 Warthog. This is a very well-known aircraft. So there's a reason why this specific aircraft is in this picture. And it is cloud seeding using silver iodide or dry ice. Induction of chemical. This is a contrail from a jet airliner. These are not chemtrails, as you could say. Okay, I found this picture, and it looks to me like it would be like a dry ice type of equipment to use and spread it. You can look and see it says Hydra Tasmania. So that's probably where this aircraft is stationed out of, is in Tasmania. And this is what their program uses. Okay. Here you see a picture of what chemtrailing actually looks like. You can see all the different little trails throughout this picture. And that is where an aircraft had released some sort of chemical compound into a system that was coming in. And that's how that looks. Okay. This is happening. It's just not happening at the scale and the type of aircraft a lot of people are thinking. So we have to get that straight. That's what that looks like. And here we have a trail on Doppler radar that you can see right in this area. So that's what that looks like on Doppler radar. This is what a chemtrail would look like right here. Very small, you would barely see it when it comes out of the aircraft. Very, very small. And they're putting these systems on unmanned drones now, it looks like. And that's what that trail would look like. It would be tough to see without a camera or a telescope to zoom in. Okay, here's more Doppler radar of how in these areas it was injected, probably from the ground, and it spread into a system. A, B, C, D. So that's what I have in this folder. That should be it. Yeah, that's it, guys, on this one.
Oh, there's a rainbow up front here.
Weather modification today is an increasingly precise science which can reap huge benefits for the many countries that suffer from severe water shortages.
In the last few years, we've literally been on all 5 continents. A lot of our work focused on Southeast Asia, Africa, North and South America, and then also in Europe, Italy and Greece. There are currently more than 47 countries, more than 150 programs, cloud seeding programs, going on as we speak.
Ron, you can go back.
Cloud seeding seems to be making a change for the better for many people in the world today. But it's a science that is born out of a murky and troubled past.